Well, Robocop 3 was a movie I haven't seen since I was a kid. I had recently watched Robocop 1 and 2 just prior to doing reviews on this channel. And when I saw Robocop 3 was one of the movies on MGM Plus, I was like, well, since I've got the rest of the month, I might as well binge a couple movies. So I decided to watch Robocop 3. And I remember hearing a lot of people critiquing it as the worst Robocop movie. And that, it was less funny. There was, it was rated PG and not R, so the action wasn't as violent. And you know what? True, the action was not as violent, and that there wasn't as much comedy in this one as the first two movies. Well, I mean, the second movie didn't have as much comedy, but it was more dark and more gritty. But I'm just going to say that the third movie was good. It was really good. It had some of the best storytelling and some of the best acting of the three. And yeah, they toned down the violence because they made it PG-13 instead of R, but in the end, I don't think it hurt it. I thought it was a really good movie. And it was the most human that Robocop became. It was during this movie. And one of the things that I got to point out is even though they said, capitalism, try to say capitalism is bad, it's more so corporatocracy or, actual real fascism, not this faux fascism of the modern day where they try to claim everything is fascist. But no, fascism is the merger of state and corporate powers. And, or not just corporate, but like business, when you have their powers combined. And that's what OCP has fully become. It is fully fascistic. And this movie is more so populism versus fascism. And I like those themes. I like RoboCop, trying to decide, does he protect people or does he serve the OCP, and he goes with protecting people. And it's it's a great movie. The antagonist is, the leader of the OCP rehab unit, and McDaggart, and he's a mercenary who doesn't care about human life. And he just wants to get his mission done because OCP has been bought out by Kanemitsu. So this American company sold itself to a Japanese company that wants to basically redevelop this area of old Detroit that's all in ruins to create a new future city, Delta City. And overall, I liked it. Okay, so maybe some people didn't like the fact that Lewis died early on in the movie, but there are points in it that just it pushes the narrative forward and makes RoboCop very human. And yeah, so there's a goofy little girl who's amazing at hacking and everything, but I enjoyed it. The music beat was great. The CG when it came to the jetpack, I mean, it was what, 80s, early 90s, so it makes sense that it's not the best in the world, but a lot of practical effects that were really good. And RoboCop moves much slower than the I can't remember the name of the Japanese robots, so I'm just gonna call them Yoshimitsu's because I can't remember. But the Yoshimitsu's, there were three of them, and they're moving faster. They're better, more advanced than RoboCop, but they aren't human. They're fully machine, which means that RoboCop has the ability to think because it still has his human parts in there because he's a cyborg. And I loved it. You know, it's one of the few movies on MGM Plus I'm actually interested in watching. I might watch some James Bond next. I don't know for sure, but I'll definitely watch something fun. Anyways, have a good one.